ya chiachamo ama makwa babiam aba OBT Jumedi so Oyerepa breakfast time e fa ya do so no ye newspaper review e ye de obokrata mu mpensempensemu ene nkomodie e na ye bedi nsam ne de doso enso na poso e ho nkomo e na ye bedi medi e de mame e fia nyako papa bi meni Kwesi paka Wilson e na Akua Asieduaa tikese e wi adwefo mienu ene na ye share de obokrata emu mpensempensemu no e mamono na taw ya fa de obokrata na emra na ye di mu nkomo daily graphic na ye di edikan na truth na Kwesi every day and said the ede ni mu no IMF World Bank spring meetings Africa calls for debt restructuring and IMF fo nhia mudie ahodo bi a omayeye akoso no ye se bibiman empanifo na se bibiman se empanifo behwe na yaka ye no metimi aye nsakraye fufuro bi wo mu a ye betimi edi atwiatwia eno no Kwesi se timi ba se ye betumi at rate no so ebi o so ye be
extended date na deadline be extending the amount e be also be ma what they call debt suspension Ghana yenyebi yenya debt suspension
can want some say you fa
exactly about debt suspension for about 3 years and 4 years
I know you different from HIPIC and
different from HIPIC you are starting afresh you are starting afresh you know debt suspension no to say your middle car because okay 4 years in Japan, but after 4 years, that we check and say about no better than kakra.
This is the Queen Kaya Eco 3 years.
I see.
GJ President Abenjo 4 and so that GJ demands reconstitution of NMC board, National Media Commission. Board no say yansan empanifo ensan enhyehyebiem na entumi enye adwuma na government rolls out chip embedded passports say no ye me say abandada na beko ye beto abanimu ho no omo sheda ho ye me say omo ye ho omo launch bibi e wo ho ye passport na ye de ship
omo echeni nya bi nto
na books ni
aye di nkobokra wa ha say uche sika e boro
December ni omo ye ho bi na government Goldfields Rich Agreement on the mining transition. And they say they are buying goldfields. Yes, they are not. Yes, yes, young farm or young for more. Yes, so or more yanum as in real buana sentias yapamua or more bayer and sakrayana or matimia shumu and just say the bema or mono emo. To go see Yakaka be the answer may saba.
Ayo, no problem. I made a debt in the building say unyami pa. Because if I make say we or mine and I make can't. Na chemi say ekuru na yere mote ho we ya a woto na ombo bre ya sa na ba Johnson Echiama and made the point that many a lot of African countries which is true to many pa and then sika Ghana ebenye bia almost about 70% about 60% e di chaka
ya pabesia hunu bo
e na make am you know your bobusia by heart
ye nim de ye
and nina consumption your bobo say like okoba wo de ye bibi na generate revenue exactly now the tia but ye de okobo bisia na dey twa enum
ye kwa ye de be ma ye ndi
dey twa enum
kojiba you mu akonta
it no osre eye IMF no say a lot of African countries no in fact he put it the high risk debt country just say can many omo ndomo ntimi nya hwe eba na sana development beti ebe story ebe untimi nya development bebre sa into osre say can get debt restructuring say na ye no Ghana ye dey ibi no say domestic debt restructuring
bond amount for bond
amount for collapse was ade no it just IMF for South Africa countries no mu yambo na yenye sa debt restructuring but you see
omunya nhyehyeye I dey be
but see me I am a mom they shouldn't do it my position has not changed
yeah can we nya yes akope bi mu
me see your ma ho kwan to see at force we ho bo send biaba and the domestic bosiabo at for treasury bills no wa boom besia sa oba wa boom besia sa almost about 60% but besia at force buy Ubeka says na yenya for budget buy yenya reki revenue ndo so boom besia but my point is Africa embre na so say be di ho so e man so say be intercontinental trade here na Trump dey aba no me de because ebe boaye ama ya tenase say what the name fi Ghana e kwa buchina or the 10% tariff that to from Ghana them say Lesotho for the 50% to say ebe boaye ama ya tenase the time na so say you better try your so na di your so
na do be Ghana beyond 80
oh massa beyond the way na area for me yeah for me in Africa there I think something for na broke at home to them
chesa ya kwa covid buy you know say yesua ne ma bebre wo
but we got a lot of money from COVID. A lot of money from COVID. Nina kwanko wiye. In Africa there, minim sibe ame boy. Minim sibe. Minim sibe ame boy.
Na me ka kwotone de eche no ka trebo. Ko to tuntum ko kokko.
Ya okay. Ozi tuntum no. Omo fra na ba ko twe ba ko sa. Kokko no fra na
we da so na we da so
no nyina. Ije se tuntum no problem.
Ba ko kra di bimpie. O kokko e beto.
Dodo kakra be fie na be ya de a. Wo so de gu e bi a chance ya na bibim. Obi etimi ede yo munyina ntumi nasi obi beda so
exactly
why not do say or fraba chance ne
no so na ya twe no to ho
anya o twe no obi de o sha se ono de na chiama no obi so no atwe no
ono atwe
no ya sa tia betum enti
na munya mu do
suba
nti mesre ya me moye em say hiam paibo ya me moye na sebe ye hu nyansa ya de bedi ye ho so ene be boye pa
na NMC dia no na media
national Jomama by minim why on person be constitute board no
so oya ne kakra bi
de kakra ne de across the media for ye ho asem hia o man pani ne Ghana ban fo nyina because media no the regulators NMC asamba sesia NMC na be call bo
say immediate chairman is the kuya you Mr. Bodo Ayeboafo
no the year I'm not chairman omoduma no end njoso mampani was setting up a new board so that they can quickly regulate us and then do the thing did you ever was oh they have the monitoring we are more
no they have been there before mo cry twice
my call several I'm monitoring
exactly
and so be so far won call ya
and me kai sa me ma wa e ma wa che wu sabe ne wo ho akwan say court dan say wunya asam nkomo wu say
David who say to me be proud baby na dey ko na fo
no court dey say the best man penny say na say God na say be dia so nim no
ai me no ba matini
okay so synagogue OSP eko hu an kaka ko chen na ade you know be able complain na man because there's no board because if there was a board probably could file a petition against the OSP and they are not there so you best show my penny so all my media for you no or a media man or no Jomama we media man he understands better the best so power a year board no regulate na so edwuma die no en ko to kama and one
na and say Kwesi akane nyina na mebo kwabena abaso wo ya ade papa and na 2 days ago na any birthday ntime ma ne belated happy birthday na me hwe ne ni status ne me on number nti the pictures ba ya me hwe ne ho adwe ba mi ti ni say kwabena be say journalism ene eho adwuma ye ani e wo Ghana ha e bibi atwam na gigi ni kura wo ntene ke asa na oba ye wa ye so vibrant awon yire ne ho ye adwuma na me gidi so be make mark bi adachi oni ho a yedi begina so e de aka na asem ni wom na media commission board kura beba no omonye omo hunya adwuma ni ye na e kwa ya yedi journalism ene ne practice e fa so Ghana sese no ye mu bi eno na tie brebi a nkanya yakono amyamem ye say ade leni nipa edoso of course na morning so doso na so e wo se ye standards wo adwuma ne ho ye me ye ne ko hu na ye ni ye em say the meeting aka wo ano
Yalfa next paper and trust the Ghanaian Times the most authoritative newspaper and na ye dey trust so newborns to receive hepatitis B vaccination from October Dr. Amponsa Chano and a day atuja hepatitis B yes o mo aya wo mo fofo ye be wo mo panana ye be so manum e dey aka ho enti eno ne be so manum and 13 perish others injured in gory accident on Accra Kumasi highway the pedumiensa and ewu and I ebi mo so prepare e wo Kumase enkrapa nchempono eso ya samu mineral wealth must benefit everyone. If you pursue Dr. Ofuswampofo Sam Ofuswampofo me da na dia to just say Ghana your minerals no ai e ho fa so yin we so obi anya so fa so obi ntinye kakra bi ko hye wura ma no ma kutu de okotwa nua ene de okotu e form agudi awodo na researchers policymakers discuss health systems strengthening in Africa today to April 29th to 30th University of Ghana Legon nti omo beye enhwehwemu ene ehyiamodi asesa ya dwene afakwa be fa so apomdi ho nsem ebetumi ahyemu kanapa ewo Ghana memu nti April busumi ya da ade e be chama da ene de twato no ene omo beye sa adwumadi no ewo Legon
Tuesday Wednesday
nti yefi sister kwa shase
vaccination ni dey here ye so ya na ekɔ school yi ye basic na primary school no na yes 6 killer diseases ye kum kwara yesu egu yetirim tworo ne so enu achi a ye nyinyini ye a ye start say ye wi
polio
ye de Yamako hospital be 6 weeks odi for 40 days wo de ne beko wa wo ne ho na akra ye twe ne nam ekohwe ne blood group ene ne genotype ne no ha na enu achi no 6 weeks wa ba betwe busumi bia eso no ekwan ya na ye fa so de protect abofra bi ewo ebi oho aye pane ebi oho akwa ye so ne num na ye time ye meme wo ye no na ACM say 9 months last vaccination de be ma on 9 months na fe polio de no so eno ato aso akosi say 5 years echi do mo de bi aka ho enuro na ye de man kwara na say ko beyond 9 months enti ye say ye de hepatitis B ye ka ho o mai ewo basic preparatory school no ye wo mu bi ye test na wo ye negative ya na che say ye de asi ano nti say afi ye de narrow the down aba day old for the babies na ya wo mu ene no a meje de say ye ne say ye papa say de be ya e be do baby no ne ya eradicate ya re bi kura fi ye system no mu a ye bodin ya wa hwe ye wu nti ye bo doctors ne Ghana Health Service nyina abaso papa e wo sa kwa so na Europe so ampofo eso asem no a wo ka no sa na se ye na so se no de ne ye hunu ya keka ne se ya ye konso e fomo ye ntime nko ntokwa no animu ya na ya keka ne sa enti wo se ma ye ni baso na ye hu na ye bibi de fa ho ya keka ne se de wan we hu obo ho wanye sika ne fo me ka kire Kwesi e wa ha se minimum bi a oye ono kwa de small scale mining anka so wo paper me ne to one one say din ko mo na se adwuma no wonyai apna de ho asidin wato no otimi ko se sa na me se anjai e ku ya de na me se de wo ye me say kala me say sika wo se mining sika wo man bi need enso so e kwa akofa problem ba ye nyina ye beche ache di amankwara ye nwo mu nyina woti wodin obi ana no ni maso makai e ku ya wasa ma okay de to so wo enso mi jaya obi be ye
eno anu no
nti eno sa obi be ye sisi mi
nti o ya de
problem
ya sabu
ya pension for sikadie ne akasesa pema ye koye Kwesi we
o kan we no mo kan ni fo
na
conduct akasesem
society no
humanism and I must
society and then sister Piadie society na ye say woni ska wonsum e no ka ho yemu e da won say ye kan say bi so wo ye ba pani kura na say ketwa na wo ska kakra je ye be ye na say wo kura wonse bi nti obi ye peska no wo
exactly
akate someone
o ye bi no wo no adi bia no di bia jane ma na o ma no o bra wo na wo be ba ma wo to the disadvantage of majority of our nti asema papa yi kan sika de nyame de chef no to anye betu na mo ye ntu ne kwampa so na ntu me
na enti me mo anya nhyehyɛ pa bi mo a o man
time they said one the vaccination is true and na say hepatitis crowd also you know say
and so be who fit kura kan wo
hepatitis na ados we share statistics we share statistics na the numbers are rising by the day it's na wo be hia say kra na ya wo mo e be masa e be bo mo sa pane no na aboa it's okay but accident the na I think it was a Monday or so NMTC and well this time no pono na fuel tanker no Kwakra. And I spent a bus on over Kumasi. And I for tanker no veered off the road per report. What that? And so no veer off the road. If you no no kushia.
The spinal cord more.
Say upese upu na wa betimi aka forget it. What an vegetable. Spinal cord ni dey
enti kakra me catch that. And they say when it come out da enukum ya dey bi wa ho. It's a very funny thing. E bia ya me da.
Unye aduane ni ya ho to wo.
And driver bi so kra catch am say wa.
Yes.
What's that enukum?
What that? It's me front. I'm very careful because I'm your driver. It's me front of what you can. Cano contact is very off the road. If you can,
and I try when you
sour that.
But yesterday, how about it?
When I was so still, sorry, I don't know what you call very rude.
Also, when you walk a crabby and Cassandra,
exactly. In the catch, we say, assuming say, Naka, me TC, so Susan, for you, see phone to say, Naka, Naka by now, Naka the G. Ya tra o was a dino ama che say da ji by now enti ye be shada for ni kuma ho da and now hwe wo drive maybe atum da wo drive na wo da e ye say wo na ba wo na wo da wo coach what da pa na wo ko woni be ba ho so na boom when accident e be say wo ni kuma da we are what was
Yamfa daily guide entwa so anasa yemfa nwie asam kese pa eda animu Dr. Mamadou Baumia, waje ne space fe and I won't say white ne dey say MPP colors dey dem aya na fe pa o Petri asama me be kan ubenya munchumu e wo ho o say I didn't lose over Muslim faith Baumia enti say dey bi mo keka say bia no oye kramoni nti ne dey tete sa no say nya nu nti enu odi ntwo sa na e honsam etie and na Talk News response to petitions pops up Omemu Chief Justice Anatemu afọ penny yes petition na yes yemfanyi na die no the response how they call you no appear.
I'm surprised you even leak the response.
Yeah, some appear and I was surprised.
Appear new MMDC list out. It's MMDC is no more
maka. The woman when release ya na de otro.
Yes list for aba abonten enti no unya daily guide ubenya said the list na aba no etie na Mahama Sang TTHCU Dr. Abdullahi acting enti okọ Tamale Teaching Hospital CEO or Chief Executive Officer no yes Mahama Pamo no enti Dr. Abdullahi na ohwe achire no na yede afutu nso ma Christopher say Christopher cultivate spirit of forgiveness na obi yam boni aya mo fache ho Yesu we de che ti ya so mo fache stakua
Mama fan free Tamale asem no so unfortunate sasem we asi na me de mete ya me de mani didi ya chire na no yera mi nta kando oto ne bo kakra nkeye obi nka ewo de enye ewo de seba ahomete especially ekwan ya nipa ebefa so ewo no toda wo ye proactive kakra toda wo kra na asam na eye no ye proactive kakra obetimi asi wo na no ahomete ya titi bebre ni o ma ekoso ya ya resabe ahodo efa anesefo eyi ani ene doctors eyi ani doctors ne kra de ya na omo tiny patients ne enni hopi se nurses no Doctor Nedjuma ne so ye consultation we no prescribe na dra no hand over manes na ekwan ye nam so e beba obi ewu no ya na ahomete na so bi fum kuma ye fum nwa ne metia no madwen aye me ne say hwe amount of sika o man we dia training sa nipa we doctor ene adwuma a wo ye enti mfum so ba ko abanti yenyi na di mane nkotena fie keka me da me ye sure say banta na e ba ye na im say back and forth. Say no one before
no, I'm sorry to cut you, but you see, the CEO,
Papa, you know,
Atikuno, Yasakino. According to a candle and the health ministry, was supervising over what they call incompetence for a very long time. Broken machines were all for over months. Another argument they say, buy no machines they break it down that.
Or no Dr. Tiku.
Or no Dr. Tiku. So the question they asked him was that okay, granted, so buy no machines in be a break it down that. And the more better with one I report man. And then we just what the video no Dr. Valentino I know when they did abandoned or that's all in the juma and nice for no more 100 doctors on what argument to say in public no I can't name ministers no more call no go say doctor anymore in public
I said
and you see and you see for me yes and you see for me yes it's true so now can say I'm on forward but call na obi ewu ni no obi ewu ora na aso mu complain no if you doctor na no na doctor na say anyway ba ko no mo Valentino if una no na nipa wuda asa adena mo blow way out of proportion that was what I get the minister nipa wuda adena asa mo kasa ho bebe sa and the minister the bufu ye in the video that you watch that's why the minister was angry and I agree with the minister. Nipa we get it. But the kasa nipa I'm not from obi this year. Na kasa we say nipa wo da na say ye kasa wo do.
Na then na the no kasa ni mo minister ni na nya asem na CEO no akoyi na di.
Because the CEO is a pretender of incompetence or incompetent.
And Tamale Teaching Hospital nkwa na machines asay. Konfanochi
MRI machines asay.
Konfanochi ya kan wasa individual bi na Kwesi problem. Reaction na too harsh. Na also tonepo.
Na who catch you say ana no kasa hododo. The minister should be angry and I give the minister anger.
No credit na you can't ask them moment was say
what you say I didn't see you no
because CEO they say the back stops with the leadership.
Say
the back stops with the leadership.
News I say no who he dada.
Was it?
News aba no pay and they say Tamale Teaching Hospital staff in Akwa strike. Esen Kwesi said the last machine o fa ma ye adwuma no monye
omo strike
because machines na say nti omo ko strike nti de aka nyina afa ko enfa de yekonya sika ni manimu ya e de ato MRI e de akoto wi e de akwansa na ya satia
Dr. Baomi ade no bi anka bi o
Baomi ade
okay
eni pe wu a wo say ye ka wu a say say ya almost ya tena fi ya nkwa adwuma nti nipa ni bi
OPD services
almost emergency so fa no pay
no I mean the statement that they issued no as an last
almost start omo ya no they ya do what order that they enti they mo fufura e ba no ne ya
nyo omo ho ne ye hwe omo
Konfanochi say enkrofo ankra na bua Konfanochi hwe de kotoko hene ye ene nipa nkra bi MRI machines which means be second hand bi kura
why so the minister say Kesiano hospital bia for IGF for fix booking machines and try ban into no
na say you enough say betumi
MRI
fire aban this kind of bar na we but IGF no to issue policy
aban the other car na car dey
IGF no for fix the problem but there's a fundamental problem which I agree with the say they are breaking machines all across the country across board it's true
health there no health any education there you can say politics yes I am wa ebusuan ye jawe so e de obokratia mu pensempense mu na sia na happy birthday kwama Lordia and happy birthday ni kwama ye hairdresser e wo mankasim runabout wadamfo kwa me kosa and they say we show happy birthday Lordia and mankasim runabout or your madam
e wo ye bro no so and then you dey Ghana to say
okay
yes see ayi nwama ase Catholic fo so mo sia so dan foforo old one no enka omanfo na kosere se yemfo ma omunye police post kura na nka yen house police fo a enimo bet patrol o maka Roman fo na se yemfa dan ne ma
o ma sisi bebre wo baby a ya tutum police fo enim
and so
police post to
I see that
don't be any say me who yes
baby o Christian service echi ho
baby almost see baby
and I me that was say motor be the mechi say me team ho baby ara me do be fear ni mu na me twa kon wan ya udi mechi me group police depo ana me depo
no sasa abusafo me di e de mame efia nya ko papa bi Akua Asieduaa de Ghana te say eto aso
For Yamamunyina Chimbio, Yamamakwa, a brass on say, Yadigana to say, a Twamuso, na Enkoma Meti who is and no who Amaniana Yade and Nam. Mebunu a concerned youth, your war a Greek Wama say, I bay a pre, and they or then no quadra so it will come and say her, or make a count which I say, no man koye, security some enquire cry, and they Yamiadum. Ya kwan ye wo sam potam ho nyina empanifo abayi ya ye sapeti ni bia ma yenti ye chen sa de na tie ebribi a etwem amenam so akronfo afa eho bronya crackers na ne nyina mu no bedru ho no de moto gina ho wadwen ni se bia wo kɔ ne ba bia na wo gina ho kwa udru wa no to de ahye wo so ama omanfo no mabunu ni bia kasa se Roman Catholic asafo a won wa ma ase anya so dan foforo na wo ma so dan dada no omo akom nan so akosese kayefa nye police post na omo mesre ema commander regional commander mfa police fo mra said be ya anwumre titiru omo betimi patrolli na omo ahwama security samako yi omo aka Roman fo mu tinje asemi nyina mu nchirimu gofredanim akonwa ma ase ene mabunu na akokasa omo akosem no de okan yi
Agrek Wamasi eye kura ewo Kwadase municipal ewa Asante Mantemu aha enene mabune wa bikyere se eniyema ema asetena koyi ndodo na eniha na de ha wa adwene pa ye bambo ho nsem a ohunu se Roman Catholic asafo no omasori danda de bi ho no matu anamo senka ene ya wonsum wo mu no ko nane mo na bia onfanye police station ase bia fire service ogidi se senutimi koso a ebeboa ama nipa ahodo edu da bia na akwamukafo etata wo no etime fa ye mompini maburu ni bina ye muso omo se edi enti na omo residence concern opani Akua Oyerepa TV so ni mejo so a opani kese se Roma for na asore dan ne omo dia enti omo nsum omo biemu a ade na mo se omo mfama mo yo opani kese me da se ne wo sembi sei na em se de tie ne se empani for se de nka ye se obi hwe wo ma wo situtu a wo si fifia ka won so ye so hwe no man situtu em se Roma ba kuromu ha no em se omu besre aha omu anto asase no etie de ha fem wo mu na emre ko nanimu no na ehu se nipa na edoso na saata mo himpon ana ote so efre na nasafo ba ekotwa ate ho asase kese wo ase ho de ma omu se omu nkoto eti we no be mfie aduana ni omu nya atwi omu da eti community bia ohin no kwasem se wako ba bi na busta mi kra na obali esi la sab atan a driver akonfo ha yo krumu ha ma mu ko dwa ahomache enya kwan because people move so dan a 5:30 na dey amount eti na charge dwamana aye do chan treasure eti won wosom eti woko na na eje ya se woto so yi woto si ako se na se si na kamama yen Roman for na sase foforo we ne yenyusu no enka mesro se enam se wo na wo tumi na wo de ha fem wo mu wo kotwa bi wo ba bia ma wo mu nti no enka fa we ni mame na enka me fa nye fire service nenka enye mpuntu ema community no ye bo mu na em say wo hene no esom na eje som Roman Catholic na ye poku a ye oba ahema ewo kurumu a wo som Roman sa nso na abusu apanya wo akunya no som Roman achiame hene enso som Roman na achiame hene kura de ye ko fada woni fada kodi nkomo de kotu nanim say enka say na charge amena aba say enka ye mfa de ne ma nkomu fanye mpuntu na fada ka say afen wo ba enti wo ba ye no enti say we na down we no omo de ye den omo mfa we see one fear aduana ni charge dwamna ba se wo gide aye fire service wo man fa ma no enu achi charge dwamna san ba biem se wate community ni sun se ye se ye gigi amanfo e ma na wo mu kodwa no ye gigi wo mu sika enti ene wo hene mfa mo ne nka mfa nye police station na nka ema protection makro mu ha enu so charge dwamna bo mu wo hene wo hema Roma panyi aye friend Bishop Anochi wo mu nyina tuka Bishop Anochi ne kra de tuka ba ha be hia e be hia ahemfo no ema bode ne enkoko mu de gu ne ka mu nya asam ketwa wo je ko ya siaga eti yesra mu se Roma na ne yempanifo omu di anim na yese omu bokro na bro omu chusu omu som e de kro no mpuntu na to nchen eti yesra omu kan bia eye ye ni se omu kan bi mayen na yentimi mpuntu ntimra o ma sinti se Roma se eda na esi won fie aduana na akire na omu nya hwi omu no omu mfa maye de ayaji asase omu meyi omu dan firi so na yemfa ya asase ne nya mpuntu dwuma bi omu sa ha ye da fire fo so omu pa akire ha ana police fo ne so omu pa ha enso comment aba wa akire ne na nye yentimi nka na fidie yi so comment aba na no odin ani yeje mu saa me ne Charles amna ko donate niema
ma tachi my police for enkonwa yetena so enkanti say ye kurom papa meba 14 years omo robo ni wonsuo mu heya agi ni sika wodi ko school wamasi school mu ha omo san robo no agi ne drinks ni na duane a wodi ko school nti ano odin ye kurom ha de ano odin na de ya na ya me ya ne se esi sa emebunu na ewo kurom ha na sabe onso obi oho no ma wonya kwalabone but de obe se de obesi address ne de obe ya ne ho no na ubu na kwalabone ya sa na omo ne ye de hye wo mo but na omo nso ntesa what you say no omo ntesa eba sa emebunu na ewo kurom ha ne ye de hye wo mo enso na obi firi ba bi na beba kuro no enti ye kurom ha de papa ubusa enya kura.
Okay, ye kurom ha de enya kura yenko to the other side ne hwese betimi ne some guys ne bia ka opani bibia aboko de
bibia aboko
mo mabuna mo hanom no edu ba bia mo dia o se abonefo sem akron no ekoso wa hana mo ye tenetene yensa o muso no na akoba se bia mo pe nka police station be ba hana munya ba bi mfanko
no kre ese utimi hwa akora ketu bi obetwe sekan wo so in fact ohene ya na areho obi abetima yande obebia wo twese kan wo so seso kroko onyese bia anwumere wa twese kan wo so ubeja wade kro de ayede amano na sia kwamu he ya maame bi ne na he ne ya oba besina kokuru ma akora kete awo na hwefom atwitwa no ade bi wo ha ya na no odin ohene bibi ba ha ne apete ne de ko ade ye pese ye de ne ye hunu okurum ya community center bi ni ha ye nim sikan so ye bekuru ade na won pese ye hunu enti na e kan de police station de atwimu chan ko soros de ane ye de moja beji enti de wo ma no
se Roman for ne dan ye omodia
Roman for no dan ye omodia e dan no ba bi ebesi ye no kra ye kwam ane besi ye na ma ye omo apre ye sun ye ya first ka bi ankoje o ane wo oman no ehene e da ma omo bi ho no ohene no so kwa sorry so ohima so kwa sorry o enti ye kasa ye ya ka mrentintin na sa na kwan ye ko kwan hu san ye ko ba bia no obi amfi enso ba ye ne ye pre ye ni na obi anu wo sakre kra de nam so obi anu wo sakre de nam so enso kro yi efe obi nim sese enka ya aka ya amabunu ya afa ye ho anwuma e kwan be yesi ya na asai enti ohene police station de omo twom mutan ye be den ye be ye
okay police station de omo twom mutan ya ye be ye ne ye papa we so ngasa opani otia
ba cha metia sepa
what na for be infie say
ha ne wo me ha ne wo me nti kurum ha ensem bia de minim.
Okay, na one kasa se obi a wote ha ya wo ha no o hwe wo de toto agregenzima enkuratwa mo hwehia empuntu a ekoso a edu ba bia na odi ho ya
mpacho medase na meche metiefo nyina so mo hwe e wo mu ne se yaka achi bebre bibia ni ho a eba so wo ma se a mpanifo e boa ye ma eba so chese se de wo kan o hwe nzema ne nkuro atwetwe mu kwana omu nyina ko enum se ne yayi first wo kasa wo bang ma se krampa na obi nim se ye kura se but ye kwara so area he ya ne ma se wo enti ye de ne ato kuro mu hima ne ohene so ase ye hu bibia mfi omu ho enti maburu ya kai ho bom se de beboa kuro yi na ye pe ye nyento kwasem de beboa kuro yi a makuro na tumpon eno na ye hwenti ehwe den ya esi ho ache o kasa mu no ka se roman e ne sidan nye ne sidan no e roman fo ne sidan ni mum na emum asase ne ye kuro ne dia ya nto ama obia na afa so ohene na dika asa mu fufura o ma sidan esi so enti we ne so be 20 years o mo mfa nya hwe sebio so kuro no etra ne pabonifo ebem o hwe kokode o hwe nzema hwe bla so a bebre boys no akom hobom school me kwam ha sei edo ahomache a mantimi ntwem ko kurom omoji amanfo se kan ye ji man we sei esa wo to ha ese ko ma sefo dem ye tuturafo ma sefo dem ye akromfo sebi wo to na won ka ho bia na eye wo ya enti de ka hobom te sa ne ma na ekoso no ntino ye tu sa ne ma na se tie hede ya obi aboya no anoba se si etimi je edan yi a okoroma fo kwa se ka fanye police station yese bia ntokwa so ba roma fo so mo mpini yeso hwe edan ni si ho kwa ya kan fanya hwe ya kan opanyi so to ni hwe a o ma e bi atale ho na se ye ni bile ya kaka ya na no be ye bi ta o se father ahona father betena wa hwe bi market go station father timi to ma na ye nete hu se ya bro na ombokuro yi enti ye frame se mama hwe de ekoso wo ngoma ase kuro be na wo area ha se a roma so dan ye mienu wo de wa fu ni hwe kuro be na wo area ha roma so dan e we mienu esa ho asie ye
They are obismo who I be seen and
oh Pentecost or her, Methodist or her, Anglican or Soul Bible or her. I didn't know behind yes, no Monquan and yes, Sabio, when you are sorry, sin will be. I didn't know Monquan, yes, maybe be a so movie. And yet, the friend must say, Mama had the echo, name as I said.
Musa, former committee chairman, say, this at the Ombessa Mojano. Oh, Udi or committee chairman Yabe.
Me pacho Nami me ended 2020.
Okay, 2020. When you ever say be 4 years, 2016. And I'm mobile too far away. No, say mobile.
You to an ammo be efa home. Says say no first in Nanka no near Shabantamasi. But if you bant my bay and Aqua municipal. Me did 4 years, many honorable Frank Akua Asieduaa. No one in a assembly mine. Yapim subia, papa so pim subia, and ye. Me say, me wa encrate go say. I and no mukasa me family me de beba. I say, yenya a ye police station, enya fire service. I was say, yet me at this idea way. Yeah, how mampany.
Like almost didn't know more family.
You know more reason. All person who say assassin your modia. Now want to me fight and I no crown him. Why he never cool at the I catch him after me phone so catch me say ye mfani han incorporate case my fee na me obi ntimi mfiri ono abontene am bo wura me fie maje me made mfiri me nsam eti Roman for na your madwen say assassin your modia Oma asem nyina no but assassin Roman de obi anim say assassin ye nto tete no enenye nyina kra no Roman obi am nto assassin enti no ye ya desede na de ato omanimu a ya come mfi say I free father ho na ebe ya kwa father say ono onkasa oso obeso me sisi a me no kasa ye
mo omabunu ya maka mo concern youth of agreg wamase e dear pa na mo person mo achieve with this
ya de ne say ya na nasafo bande ase ho ma wo mo no so mo di we school akenu obi ani problem because me ba be kobi me ba nkobi kro am a obi fufuro be ko ye school wo konzema ya wonzema Roman school ati kro nanim etike ka se nwoma ati Roman school a se ka ati yanim ba esi kwa efunu no mo deda no me fi o ma deda efunu mielu na wo mu se wati ase enti no ye se wo mo se o mo nya hwi wo mu na obi na ye TV wo mu TV na no mo ye wo mu enti me sre wo mo o mo fa de ne makro no na sumdue mla o mo fa de ne maye na sister you ton aduane ye nyina to bidio o mo so mutu no ade aye dai ade na siwo mo be 20 years ni 20 years mo nya yo pentu kwa mo penti bi penti kura mo penti bi afi bia mo penti ase ho de no etumi busa se we ayabosomdan ama wo mo ana eti yesre wo mo ayasundue we sabi obia mamaje emabuni obia maje mfa nkosi ni da mo ye esie ya ye di ye mpuntu djuma bo kuro no wo mo mpa na because ye wo Roman fo bebra akronfa robu wo mo ha wo mo mpa ne sa na se police station beba ha na anwo besi ni nyina to aye dai atwa yesre wo mo wo mo makoma amna fom na de ye ne ye ya bo kuro no enti na konwa no agi sa bia no am si we de say asempa me na me ni ho eni sa na tie de a mompe adanse e kire se me na se wage aso dan dada no no am wo mu foforo no mu kra koye abesi ne omuntu me kra me kan kire o mu se mo ma se fo mu do o mu anim no o mu e passe mu sura asemu enti nyame amwa mu nya nipa ba ko kra mo de ne beba manim ha se sabe me nana safo ban e ka se o je plot no no am wo mu foforo ebe hia se wo mu ebe duru ba bi no me ne wo mu ni mu nyina be hia abepem ne o mu fa obi amai si anya so dan no mamo abepim na o mu fa obi amai o say papa friends ni eja boashin da bia nwumre na mwa no mu bai nam say mo de papa yi e ba be dia dance ono so ye nipa wanyini krom ha pa na me busa nsa papa sabe Roman fo aso dan no enkura yi ka say na onim fa ho ono kura wo say ya aso no besi wo kura onim na say what that say sabe me nana safo ban bedi na ade no agye afiri omu nsam de onte da afei nso wonde de onim ne se na ye tete hɔ asɛm tete hɔ no obi bagye plotter ye man krata ye nya ne hwenu an se wakona wakosi ohina kyerɛ no no akosi na mbusa nse mama se kura da hɔ yi kura da no hwan na me na man krata ana munim se sa roman fo aso da no eye o ma asafie eye ne fie dada enti se man fa danse bi ama me ye dan agye ama mo abepem na o mfa obi ama na da no bi assemblyman ne ba ha no ba na nkomodie mu o kanam so na police station no mo pede a se nya ade a eden sabi wo mu sa asase me ba ya asan de na so ba bi be police station de kamenya bi ama wo mu na school no ofrinze me ba on se fence obi wo no was school no mu ma ya hu nkrata de akɔkyerɛ MC for kwada so Metropolitan Assembly say obabi be police station enti se breba mu a wo mesi mai ye hu nkrata nyina wo afedi enti ana wo mu eye de na mprenu abra ɛho nye edzana tie de dan mo mfa mai so sabi enen ti se tumi ti se wo hene ti se titi hot o hene se maye wei o hene se munkokum wei da bibia enamra ene amane ekwan so wontimi fa tumi se kuro no me de antina wo matu ha wo kuro no maye o sei da binya sa na tie mo se ntrofo mu ni ti se de no obusami se sabi efin wo ho na de ndien enti kamenya ne dan manjuma na wo se ye de ya na kuro no mu ate afa mprenu mprensa afa na afra sofo na bam se edan no ayesere kura manfa amaye no de mu ye no ni enti ye bo
enti wo hwe ensem a nipa hodoa ne wo kasa yi kan a ahomete se watu wonkurum na nso onya ahome a nipa bi e kan wonkwan mu adehwede na ode to roman kale kasafo mpanifo anim na nana matna konya wa asante mantem mo bambom mpanifo nyina se ba bia duro de se wode won ho gim se be ya obetimi abo mo Godfrey anim ani medin
nwama se ehonda Godfrey anim kofa amane bae na enye nwama se fo nko na police post ni beboa wo mo ete santase epre himan ode ne kwada so ene environs nkroto na ewo ho ni nyina enti asam kura ewo ho no yese na nanom Roman Catholic fo se omuntie na supem na de ombetimi ayafa ho no omonye mfa ho mede de Akua Asieduaa bre na so mede mu si anema sori ama kwaya ma PSC ladi at the health and lifestyle abeto amuso meda mo nyina se me mamwache Christ asomdwe nkamo.
Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV, Oyerepa TV.
Mamu nyina chikola fianku ye bembeo ye bulika. Medin di PSC lad ye the health and lifestyle bro. Na ye liver ye brebo no. Se ho asam no ye can serious pa. We baka said the case is Kwesi. Asam no ano den. Ano pebedi ho enkomo. Na enkomo aye betwetwe no ye ne Dr. Eileen Akonoba Micah, Gaslit President. Gaslit Ghana Association for the Study of Liver and Digestive Diseases. Enti akachi ehwe brebo ene edidiemu yade eho no di ne dwuma pa enti brebo no se eho asam ne anka enye kra na Kojak Farmer ekraimu ene anope Kojak Farmer na asoya sene wenya cold ana kata ana flu anom pro cold utibe o ya hunum besisi no pro cold obano so manu pro cold na onom over the counter pharmacy shops obenya biato Kojak Charcoal toothpaste no so fi pa o se asena fetwetwe se Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste no so eboa pa Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste eno so eboa ebo se ho ban free ntokro na sisi ntokro so amawo Kojak P sensitive toothpaste animal wash Kojak F sensitive toothpaste animal wash ni mienu no sa wo se femfem wa use obedi kan use P no na fa desensitizing F so no wonte yawo no na fa ude F no atoa so eno nso ebeboa ama de free sen no ho e ma no femfem ni nyina akrakra ne kama Kojak Farmer Kashi Draglen and Cry obenya bietu 0244 559597 0244559597 and 0244481341. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
Ema wakwaba. Ye da sesa oba be chire ye. Ye brebo mu ohaw. Ye be fatty liver. Ye se no so your ohaw pa.
Aye.
Enti fatty liver no eye condition be.
Fatty liver no. Anybody din kakraka. Initially, no, almost non-alcoholic fatty liver disease.
Okay.
Say alcohol and some ankasa cause fatty liver.
Okay.
But we know ye non-alcoholic. We actually no say ye bo omo no monsan kutia.
Just a muntimi nkamasa bra mo ngofo mo hye.
Enti afi no omo ye ne say metabolic associated liver disease. Metabolic disease is diabetes na asefo nso to me cause liver disease. Nti sa no maye no nti akwa metabolic associated liver disease. Na yaka se fatty liver che se brebo no fat abem. 5% of liver cells no fat bemwa na che se wenya fatty liver disease.
Okay.
Nti no ne fatty liver.
Dangerous far. We say a metabolic disease.
Yes.
So we try mu hono kakra, why is it a metabolic disease?
A metabolic disease che se ye hwe honam no akwa no se na esi faye adwuma na brebo ni di mu akotene pa. Bibia ye di bia fa brebo nim. Ena aye adwuma. Duro bia so aye no nto fa brebo nim ana aye adwuma. Ena brebo ni nso yifi nso fi body nim.
Okay.
Enti nema aye related to sa metabolism ne nasifo ni nyina no ne e kan ayi yare a efafi sa metabolism nti na friend metabolic diseases no. Enti diabetes e kan ho. Ena hyperlipidemia. Ayi nkofo beka say cholesterol ba me system nim no cholesterol high cholesterol yes high cholesterol
enya doctor CD so mo say cholesterol ye mani pedua no if you say ni pedua no ayi akwa nkitinkiti ewo mu aye cells no cholesterol na a form basis. Enti ye hwe nerves na sifo nyina basis ne ye cholesterol. Enti cholesterol ye mani pedua no na ebro so a na enye bibia bro so a enye. Okay. Enti fatty liver no we see etimi the diabetes eba.
Diabetes etimi cause.
Diabetes mo mu ne cause fatty liver. Se wonya fatty liver obetimi anya signs symptoms say meti haide manko ama doctor ahwe ama me am say fatty liver me.
Wonya ho so ya. Unya ho sunsanso bia kosi se edu echire na ese brebo no na anya brebo mu cirrhosis wo behwe na na ase apagya no wafu apagya eno eni sunsanso obenya na asase nde unya sunsanso bia na fatty liver ni nso de ehu kese nso ne se etime cause brebo mu kokora etime ma liver cancer wo benya liver cancer no ansa na kora wa ba benya cirrhosis na America na ebema wafu apagya no na ase apagya no wani aye yellow na obehu se me yare no ansa na ebedus ebi wo ansa na ebedus an kora no anya brebo mu kokora nti ehu pa ehu te se hepatitis B yare no
fatty liver no
ai
yo na this year fi say wotu asi ho de ma fatty liver na this year no mo ka duanedie ho asem ye de fatty liver no so obetimi akire mu ho kakra twaka aduanedie ene ye liver ye brebo no
this year said they were no 19th April bia WHO a World Health Organization amansan kabo mu ku ehwe apomuden etu 19th April bia si ho se World Liver Day say yan fan hwe brebo no de eboa brebo no ne yanka ho asem na this year no theme ne food is medicine.
Okay,
if you say obi beka say you are what you eat ne ayedi koye mu no etime di ensunsan so oba ene edi koye mu no so etime eboa yen enti na o ma choose food is medicine as the theme enti yanka no ma eboa brebo no.
Okay,
enti wo hwe nnuane bi a eboa brebo na ya beka say whole grain.
Okay,
ya baga na whole grains ne ye ebro ena atoko millet sorghum minim ne chi awio sorghum ye awio eno ne ye whole grain
ene ye de kokoya
ye de house akoko.
Okay,
eno na brown rice nti ye local rice na kwen mo no ya yempe ye se abo wo but eno no eboa nipadua no more than white rice polished rice na ye yi hu ni nyina afri hu no eno eboa ena ye hwe legumes nti bibi ti se beans nso boa pa ena fruits no most of the time yempe anka wofre abrobe num nyina eboa most of the time yempe no obronika say antioxidants ewom enoma womu a etumi detoxify body no enti wudi ni bebira eboa ena vegetables kontomre ena other vegetables na yedi no na nansi galamsey ne nasefo ne enti no wudidi ana wusuro wudidi ana wusuro but ni nyina so eboa ena enam ayere red meat enya dia eboa yen
enso liver no nso
emoa liver enso
say lean meat kura so no a
lean meat better.
Okay, lean meat is sade no
enim eno ne better but mostly white one no enti wo hwe a poultry yes
say nkokọ
ni nuanom yes
krill nyina
omo no eboa pa but eno kura wo wi a aboa bia ehunu no srade ewum nti eno so na ya na ede
kanaka pi
nti wo bo modin na wuyi ehunu ni free ho a ebeboa ena fish oily fish to say salmon tuna eno so boa.
Okay,
na me kanomanka avocado pear nso eboa pa nti wenum ni nuane a eboa pa ma ebrebo no wo kan no we ensan so afirim no ma emwa maka de eboa me be ka de emwa ne emwa ne excessive alcohol intake alcohol bebre emwa ena ye hwe processed food ye pe canned foods pa eno no mo ya omo the transaturated fats egum. Omo dey a lot of salt egum enchine. And omo dey a lot of sugar esichire nsugum. Esichire bebre.
Monosodium crown so eno ane salt na glutamate no.
Base no a salt ka ho.
Okay.
Enti sa no ma no emwa brebo no. Enti drinks pee emwa. Ye hwe nkwala na near the drinks a show mo eno na emwa. Na fried foods bebre nso emwa ti ebeya anka fried foods a wudi no na wate so excessive sugar esichire bebre emwa nipadua no enti saa no meyi emwa nipadua no
na fatty liver na irreversible ebia wakoya diagnose we sebre obrebo no saa dia dontwon wetin na ho bibi
di obetimi aye afa hone se obesesa wo diet na exercise yempe exercise yetina kam ni yesi not faako akosu ya fa cap ne bra fami nsuo bra me tv remote ne wen kwaku won fa mame into what faako tina no emwa into exercise na Yeshanka exercise no be 20 to 30 minutes every day, 5 days in a week eboa. Menka ase koki fit debi. Nanti exercise. Yenya ye do baby high rise building ni afa lift no meba ha me hu some steps no lift ni ho. Eno ne boa. Wa ba adwuma no pa wa fro stairs no eboa. Rather than so obegina lift mo na wa fro. Inti sa exercise walking wutime nante wo dan ho kra wa sori anopa wa kodan ne ho round ana enwumre wadu fie wa wo dan ho round eno ne boa pa rather than wo betna sedentary lifestyle the normal bebreba apart from brebo ne fatty liver kra e the heart disease eba ai inti exercise no eboa ana weight loss make no nema e cause fatty liver manka obesity anka ho excessive fat
so mo dudu ebro so ana
mo dudu bwa ye kese dudu no aye kakra eno na eye ye fe with different toma eye kama no abasa ai
isi ma me ma me so person afu ye kese no different toma yes I baka se chichiri dua
ai na wo ware so na ya kese a kire se wo kunu hwe wiye wo ware na wa anya kese a kire se aware na ko mu kura se wo ni anigye wo enti e promote body increase body weight and no na emwa enti to reverse fatty liver no we lose weight a eboa obroni beka say 10% of body weight loss but what me lose be 3 to 5% kura eboa pa enti exercise na we di lose weight no eboa pa na ennuane die no enti say ensen kwa akire enu cirrhosis point na wo jai sa no mayi nyina weeks to months ebetimi a reverse reversible. Edu cirrhosis ne kura na early type na wa funya pagya na nasefo ne da eno kura ti me reverse.
Doctor Aileen na ADM komono we obrebo ye brebo hwasam ye kana brebo no ye say very important this time is a Ghana nkofo nya ohawo wo brebo mu pa ye environmental ye brand was so ye beko but ye this galam say fighting no we doctor idie dear how do we say dey my brebo no galam say environmental pollution no
environmental pollution no galam say na for most of the time kidney no
okay
we share heavy metals na omo use na kidney ni na mostly affect
okay
mostly affect kidney no esen liver no but so we kidney ho ka no we hu say eno so aginsem and because of galamsey nso ntino nipa ye didi ayesuro ese wu didi a heavy metals wunim adekora ewu mu a ede brɛ meka vegetables na meka fruits ho asem ni nyina ba bi a yedua no galamsey no no enti yenya ne yie ɛna sɛ yɛnya koraa nso a ɛnyɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ sɛdeɛ yɛbɛnya no no enti yɛdidi ayɛ a na yɛsuro
yɛda ase paa mmerɛ no asɔ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛkɔ no obi de message aba sɛ ɔsɔ no pa no odidi wia no adi bo fruit baako tɔ da mmienu na nkanyɛ sɛ wo baa ya no onim sɛ bo fruit yɛ fruit bo fruit yɛ fruit fi sɛ adwuma bi a no wɔ mu yɛka sɛ errand boy enkoto fruit mra no okoto bo fruit ade baako kenten baako na bro ntina onim se fruit bo fruit ka ho ne awe su ne ne nua no na so eno am yom se ya bro be eno ma bi etisa ya da se pa doctor obedi nkra na obedi contact be to dwa na yemko and the optional yeah brand was so you could be 1 second because it 3 seconds
the mechanic say yɛnhwɛ yɛ brɛbo emu yie ɛna mmeranteɛ na ɔmopɛ caffeinated energy drinks bebree no make manka energy drinks anka energy drinks bebree no nso ɛmoa yɛn nti wo reduce alcohol ensa no na wo reduce energy drinks nso ɛna yɛn kola no nso yɛn hwɛ ɔmo adidie yie na sɛ kola ne bi yɛ akɛse dodo ɛmoa ɛde diabetes ɛba etimi enso ɛma fatty liver nti yɛn hwɛ kola no nso adidie yie ɛna me wɔ konfo anoche
teaching hospital
you
bet me abɛhwɛ wana
betimi abɛhwehwɛ me wɔ unit a ɛhwɛ brɛboɔ ɛne ensunumu no ma yɛka no gastroenterology unit ɛhɔ na me wɔ me yɛ head
you know say it was afro obesign about the boy and I said Dr. Eileen Akonobia Micah, Dr. Eileen Akonobia Micah, the teaching hospital, and I was also a member of GASLIT, Ghana Association for the Study of Liver and Digestive Diseases. Mr. Medin at the PSA lady, ye change over, move over Kwesi Wilson, take over or the more air crossover. Ye baraka gaja malolo apena mi akatata ni fijiam ni wala don te posi ezozo te posi enfa te posi pam sende tonde obrigado openo I sabu warisi mungode big up still fi all me I drain them yeda mwase encantadios adios.
BM at the bar Oyerepa TV. So, not a payday, of course, Thursday morning. Yene a doc and a prof. And a tenancy on Thursday, of course, the prof about doc about. I said no dorsum. And I'm sure by now you heard said Tamale Teaching Hospital, see your Sakino. Now there's an altercation between the health minister and some members of parliament to be and a teaching hospital for staff. Because of that, the CEO has been dismissed. And you need the minority no issue statement. You know, Becca wants another play on the show. And His Excellency, the former Vice President, 2024, NPP flag by their back. Say a party no, Luciano Mulusiano. It is not because he said no money. And at two, and before I go to Aban. So it's not because of anything. The party members themselves, they don't go and vote. You know, all kind of. And the suspension of the Chief Justice, in fact, the responses, any petition against any now, now, quite interesting. Some of the allegations against any no answer, no responses are or the my. Now, and I pay question Ebisani said, is it a good precedent? And yes, set John Mahama. No, is it a good precedent now? The cycle of where she said, no, the independence of the judiciary would it be coterminous to the tenure of a president now? Because I've heard some of the MPP guys saying that. In fact, which are talking about the out of communications there. Going forward, no, the block where he said, we are CJ now president win the EU kind of who says our president no, Olusu yape now one so no. Sano say you know, and then Sano say you know. And I don't pay. These are some of the things we're talking about this morning on the show. Medin at the Kwesi Parker Wilson. Walk off Facebook or you live on Facebook like a page, you know, for come and go home, make the amount and the annual pay. Let me introduce to you my guest this morning, as usual, on Thursday, Professor Charles Maffo, how Chade or KNUST about with the Prof. Akwaba. No, but you are working. You are the wiki now. Akoye Kamadi.
Oh, we are working. Some say experience here.
And you have it to me. Doctor Eric Bimpo, or no, a economist or another pay. Doc Akwaba.
Kwesi.
Also. Number two, we are boko. We are the
dear. I am from a pie of media. And I say no, said the man. Maybe a boko.
The Diamiasi. It's a for on a pay yet, maybe a phone line in the amount. They enjoyed a conversation this morning with their thoughts and Reno Swan. But Sen Americano, the be a catch on says, Ofra, I have Mom Cassahonti. Was a haddy, a Cassahonti. And they are monster so Mamma Cassahonti. Yabaka Manoso, the member of parliament for the Bokwasad constituency or a member of the health committee, Akasa, Dr. Kwesi Lajeman. Oma issue a statement and rare about Nisi or Tamale Teaching Hospital. No? Now, because of that, even doctors this morning, no, must suspend the OPD services. They are demanding an apology from the minister. But according to the minority, no, minister didn't know who can so be see on the D. Prof had doc who idea, of course. I'll start with them whilst we wait. Sick MP, no, co-waiting to the Sakana. A little bit didn't come, but I remember I told Professor was probably, of course, KNUST teaching hospital will be hospital will be, you know, say a honey see a cadena busy. It's let me start Prof. It's I mean, you know, we think when the for you, what are your views on that quickly?
Oh, back up the tier, because why would a minister go to a hospital? By the way, I'm in charge for any other for the chairman of pray. Why would a minister go to a hospital and there comes an notification? I mean, one, it was even embarrassing. I remember so my mum because information age is so easy to pick up what you do, especially with the secret optics that kind of videos in there.
Exactly.
Who to an movie? I said The Paka Memedi is say be. Menam Fisa Symbia, we can talk about it even after you had visited.
Okay, so let me lay the premise for you, Pop, because according to Minister, the move funded by Abra, Dr. Bakke, friend of Dr. Valentine.
Yeah.
So Dr. Valentine, could do na machines in the door na break it down. And na obiu because of that. It's not Minister air complaining. So that machine that I'm when you're even that day. And a doctor may say, I say, move blow then out of proportion. I say, Nipo na one heading. That was what got the minister angry. Say, Nipo one heading. Say, Nipo no. You can't watch us Nipo one heading. She said, what for more patient, you know? It's the end of the buffoo.
Well, you have given this contest.
Exactly.
I wish you were there. You see, sometimes the way you present the case can also give it a different, should I say, scenario.
Right.
May the American say, whatever it is. Okay. The crew, Mr. Ansana, Minister of Visiting Hospital of Grado. There could have been a report to him.
There been a surprise visit.
Surprise visit.
Unannounced visit.
How they did here.
So option there, Koso. I didn't wash as a warrior. No minister, I didn't wash as a warrior.
Is it even right? Hospital that Broadway did the child did maybe black or mom and I say, may pay visitor. I said, mom, black or mom, no, we all know that the deplorable state of our hospitals. We all know it.
True.
And so, as a minister of health, I think your core mandate duty is to see to say, and then when we hear on the year, you man, come on, Saka. Me, I'm saying, what the top of the 7 fast will be any so.
What the top?
And what is surprise with it?
Oh, so some weird human like like everything is going on.
I know CCTV more. We are not in office no. I know better. I'm saying, say, this type of things, you know, is neither the most important thing is the health of the people, isn't it?
Exactly.
And it is a provision of resources. I think the doctors. You know, sometimes some of these people work in conditions that even frustrate them to the extent that when you are approaching them, you should be careful the way you do, especially if you are in a position of authority.
Okay.
Go to our school, secondary schools, primary schools. I was listening to one tape of your sister station. A teacher would watch her there. The problem is that a man go and say, they are there. You see, all these things, yes, we gave them the power to do this. But flaring of tempers and I mean, you say, well, to the extent, say, and don't you see
I see on the unity. And the concern is that what or buy, you know, a lot of machines in the break it down on 2-1 among it's more like he's being incompetent in the execution of his job.
So is there a report to this? Sometimes I can say, you're doing an ad hoc manner like that. So we be so what is incompetence? Oh yeah, now so Oklahoma Council say $5 million to them, and if you see on your head, then you can speak about incompetence, and that is why I'm talking about reports.
Yeah.
But as I said, perhaps this chief executive officer is working at that. God knows what, and you went there. You uncle or free. Akua Asieduaa na boy for the coy. Maybe an engine class of tempers. And until the
I see.
I think
the minister was wrong by dismissing the CEO.
I don't want to use the word wrong, but I think they should be circumspect enough. A Drew Bra, Hunane, no to be to me, we know. I say careful, Kaka. On the way we are taking things, you know, I thought, in fact, what you know, why I had to take it. Oh, Mr. Even I work as a doctor said,
I almost demanding an apology from the minister.
If it is true, and again, when a doctor says, people with them, we are sometimes to understand it from their perspective. Sometimes they every experience they have, every what knowledge they bring it to bear, yet a person dies. Into account we are. I don't know the context he said, and I'm main person different than that doctor. But the fact of the matter is in a certain scenario, and the doctor, as will be or two, a phone hour. We so much, and you know, and as the one will be asked.
Not when a man for a some this year baby, just trying to say move blown out of proportion. I said I didn't see that sort of. I mean,
so cancer, central for it will be disrespectful. But
that was the point. That was
but
why the
my point is, we should also consider the context. Perhaps he says, "Oh, if you didn't know, we don't so." Even when it mentioned or hard, if you can say. Does it really? You see, the whole point is, I'm just saying, say, it drew the name of say, Paka, we should let minds come to bear, you know, like we should talk. And America, no, this so-called surprise visit ceremony, I don't know. No, let's say who here crap say, but the point is, what have you given? What have you given? What are the resources they are working with? You know, in America, they say, me, as a baby, I'm a university lectures, I'm book a research allowance, I'm on fire, and I'm saying, oh, now this kind of Bremen. Oh, my head, I'm a day. Men are member for Metro. Oh, now, my Miss a book a research allowance. Who put two mechanism in place to check whether and then what number be no It is your responsibility. But you see, because it is your responsibility, it is also incumbent upon you to make provisions of all resources on here and Tamale Hospital.
The prof to Asia minister on focus more on equipment remember a year hospital no some be juma.
I think so. I think so. You see, the typical Ghanaian when resources are available could deliver.
Okay.
And yeah, and you're quite a degree awards over.
Yeah.
Look at the UN soldiers that go. Normally we come with all the awards. And perhaps they were able to work because equipment is of the into Mr. Decision of research or between reverse here.
Oh, I'm reverse
because seriously, ABIA, meaning ABIA no more report to be there have been so much infractions.
Okay.
So as I say.
Okay.
And into no crowd here another doctor where you did and into a general so no there could no other doctors are normally different. And there is such a if there is such a reporter, they should let us see it.
Okay.
Otherwise, just visited, call it a surprise visit, and because of one or two mistakes, on the basis of which you could not public and now I know there are things people calling for even apology, they deserve to have that apology.
Oh, it's a minister and I apologize to the
yes, it was an eyesore.
It was an eyesore.
I don't want to see my minister of health exchanging words in a hospital, at a hospital, with the workers of the hospital. I don't want to see my health minister like that. And you see, the name here, they say, this guy, when they were in opposition, shown so much, say, he's equipped to do this job as a health minister. Because there was places that he actually defended, he fought, and he's one of the people really, I must say, at that level, I really respect. I'm just saying that we all make mistakes.
Right.
If you are said, or not so humble enough, not sitting back. Who say be an approach, it was not the best.
Was not the best.
Doctors also, say, almost respond to you. But to the extent that abruptly there changes, I don't know, qualify for you. Is that what we want?
Much as remember, Doc, so Prof raising very critical concern about equipping the hospitals. But you see, will be efficient. With the little you have, in the case of a teaching hospital, and you see, for me, one interesting thing is that Akua Ridge Hospital, Accra, and also the machines need to be breaking down. But the CEO wasn't fired. The CEO was still at post. He's still at post. I'm no kasi. So it's a bit surprising that say the same situation no Tamale. However, the CEO no yasakeno. Many say adio ye. No question on one because he's the employer. The CEO is the employee. And as an employer, per the Labor Act, we economy, the Labor Act, almost you sack you be without necessarily giving the person a hearing or understanding whatever the person did. It's I mean, no question answer anybody.
Kwesi, my first question here.
It's you.
Sir, I didn't have the piano. Tamale Teaching Hospital. And as I say, more be easy.
That's a more.
Me question I maybe said I didn't know Hong Kong easy. There are so many hospitals. A BC baby, but Tamale Diano, I hear quite too often. Say, it be a negligence of duty. It be an inefficient machine. And nuntina a course nipa. Say nipa biwu. So you are provided with equipment. Equipment, you know, assay. Where do you write to? Do you write to your employer or who? Or do they have IGF? Also there. And a human uncle Swana.
Robin is some the IGF you must see.
Because I'm sure they are conformity. CEO, it tells you the mirror finidin. It tells you, say, yeah.
So, when you pardon,
Adem Mensa.
Professor Mensa.
Adem Mensa. So, Juma, what do you for not teaching hospital? Eka onya ohene mane so na se no. Yeah, times yes, so ye nipa no a adwuma no ye de ahye yensa no. Or say ye a little bit dynamic. We are talking about human life.
No,
the mere fact say that is why in other jurisdictions, you know, say obiwu no wu on semwa. You have a cause to explain. I had no obiwu on semwa because me who be hospitals be brave. You do obi akọ. Don't forget the ordinary pane ban say wo wu a onim say wo wu. So what you say? Me ebia to me. Me di nipa ko hospital. Any pana we be sha na onka bibi ancho no waja woko. We be kra onka bibi ancho no waja woko. Until obi a minim no medical doctor minim no. O twem na me baba hwe me bra panyi scandi e mame. I'm talking about 1997 January.
Hey, 97.
97 January, my brother.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, by no so. Kwesi. Oh, who crans and adnidru ha. That time come for not a polyclinic on. But imagine say, my desperate and me do be about hospital. Na BBS no be anka hwe nkyereme. And so what does it mean? Then trust and say so your mouth machines or the year juma machines not break it down. Also a call for obi in a flab one timber machines no any operation now.
But when the day is not there, you can't force the day.
No, the day when the day is not there. So where do you complain to? Also, we complain to some people.
But dog, you
so we're making complaints, Anna.
Well, I mean, according to the information we have, no complaints have been made. But the argument is so by the corner, he didn't say the machine not said that.
Yeah, Ubaya said does not mean say the Ubaya said does not mean say Trahodum. Oh, yeah, Ebia ni say aban sesa projects nyina na aka nwura no. Wouldn't say I did very essential. We are talking about human life. And I'm going to buy what you. And no yet. Officers of Muyajma Hospital, almost so at the end. For you know, a be a woman with some machines, no crowd, not complain. It's a woman who be and free. And they know that some machine is in the one man. A back cost to Nipa, I'm a pay. So what do? All this information, no, me say, minister work no information is premeditated. That is why he got annoyed easily.
And you know when you
information that
situation itself.
Now, make us much or Tamale Teaching Hospital. chief executive ben na akwa wanya na ahongoro so na professor Adam Ensai senya wo hene e project na so ni sisia ono o baby gina there is something wrong at the Ghana Health Service in our hospitals that we must deal with it adiboni bi o bonsam bi te wo papa iba ya was starting say odi obi di ni le mu no o Confanocho hospital Kwesi me pese ka one day odin ba betra ha one day odin ba betra na ka watie enema e fa da ni so
Confanocho
because yeah baby I dey nam ti no ye wo information about that place
why
edi ade na na e was teaching hospitals and regional hospitals in India yeah a man for be a form kate against leader bi obeba it tells you say so wo ba na what dey say nkofo no aduane wo betua there are a lot going on but aside o hina dwuma wo ye e wo Confanocho no kokore ade a Professor Adam Ensai wo de friend say IGF ayo Confanocho.
But that's Confanocho.
So in other jurisdiction,
yeah, but
does it mean say omuni IGF?
I mean, but tamale. I mean, not to slight anybody's integrity, but I mean, no tamale. I mean,
it's a teaching hospital. No, listen. It's a teaching hospital.
Tamale, no, you can't compare it to.
It's a teaching hospital.
I agree.
It's a teaching hospital, so it should be a standardized hospital. So
livelihood.
I know. Kwesi, I know. But obi aye adwuma wo ho amanage niema. Na minim doctor bia na me ne kwa asori na o ne hwe wa. Ene wa fo on CEO wa ene wa fo ofri ho no mo hu say on be page our hospital, regional hospital. It is a you say kokoye CEO honoma. No matter the resources available.
So you
So
you agree with the minister was sacking on?
No, me sacking they too harsh.
Okay.
Unless about out to be catch me say information and necessary. Na just say a brosu to the sense say na it was in the pipeline say yeah then you be sacking. But so basic omo confrontation in there.
So your confrontation.
What does say no base on that there. But my member confrontation or Kofi.
Yeah.
My member confrontation no. It is rather unfortunate. Me na me try there o so me first station ho. Second survivor by. At that time as a newly trained teacher, me nim second supervisor.
Yes.
Minim intimate my man cry work. Classics. My mom work and I'm the mensa. My hangi mensa or table no so na me ti won na me hwe de omoye. Ti opopi in no. And I'm quite sorry chair no kwan de omunim say we officer. To much and we are trust I didn't table. So I'm not sitting on the table, but I'm just hanging on it. Start here. And at the training senior channel, you're sir, teacher into me, yes, sir. And I'm Papa. I said, man, I catch him, sir. No, now cry your wine. Because minimum, so I say, it yes, change you west. Yeah. Eba municipal that metropolitan directorate. At that time Mrs. Bene no BS was Central region. Eba no hono ye tena say class no CS kind dey me come in no and CS one ya dey. Okwa kwa no say ka wo introduce ho kire no. We introduce ho an kire no. It based on that experience no. Me makache me ho say wo ye hwan wo ye GS director general na oba me class na obeye adniema bia emfa kwa mu a me mfa nchew Me fan chow that because at that particular moment, you know, I'm the CEO of the class. Untimi ma now me gumen ma sin chere me koda me chiro ma de. Enti eno de me ntwe ma wo. Ye ka no cry so they say enti wo koye na sem na o cry oye no question be na koye.
Na say na
ene ma da bio e de question na won so bisae. What bisae? E de question na minister ni bisae. E demand this reply no. On say the onu cry na about the minister ni bisae de. I said there are times a question be or hodoma. What do I say? A deserve
a certain response.
A certain response. But media me advise to minister they say we're a fantastic person. Meaning say we're a workaholic. But onto the bossy, on Tony down. So they say
now it's no
from into what they be
the apology now doctors no
me full say GME I go too far.
So it's far fetched as a
GME or go too far. Mama can show ya na situations now and you can no crunch ho. As a GME full say o mu superior to other associations. No. It's time you call a spade a spade. Debbie, at times. No. At times.
We lead an association 19%.
Yeah, we lead that. But one him they making. Yeah, no more full say. Omu untouchable. At times, yeah,
you use at times. Why do you say at times?
At times,
you see, currently, when it comes to GMA, I will vouch for them. Even with the assistance of their current national president. But we don't have some national demand this.
It be a hospital. National
So the national that national has been informed.
Yeah, of course.
Been told of what happened. As far as I'm concerned, devoid of every reporter, minister has said the doctor Tony Daniel. Going further to say, Tali, my name is and taking anything away from them.
They won't take anything away from you if you apologize to the people.
Yes, my headache.
And random. It seems for another pay prof, the doc. I mean, now Ben said the minister no in Kai. I mean, wow, if you're not what time I wish I had none pay. If you're now a hobby, I'll be happy to hear your thought this morning on the show. We've tried to call the NP no, but call waiting, we've been unsuccessful. More fancy, Cassette and the Casaba, more fancy, intimating and Cassaba. But then I'll make some progress now. By Dr. Baumia, so not CG a suspension because very critical for many Ghanaians. The president not Jomama ya said on Sabi NPI Mboa. So we'll come there shortly, but you better call a Baumia. So now we're on teaching hospital or CEO and let put it on record. Say CEO no, he's not the doctor now on name minister new education. Let's clarify that. Go for me say. CEO and the medicine near South Occasion. No new occasion, a friend of Dr. Valentine, or only Dean. No, don't ever say, oh, Nipper would answer, I don't know, move blue way out of proportion. Unfortunately, CEO only the other day because the machines not saying now, or not 2 hours young ocean, I don't know. Let me say, no, when you say straight bullets. So he's not the same person, our name, administered in your altercation. So let's put that on record, sanity. You're quitting him, no, and right. The 2024 presidential candidate of the NPP, former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for the first time, a mounting stage. Na in some manner, person Kano, I'm saying Yakudo Kanina, no say or chain Nama, Makoko, Win, Jumanan Sana, or Bekansa Mazoka. Now, 2 quick things, and 2 takeaways, and they say, 1, 2024 election no Lucia, no, Kofobin now. I know what I say. Oye community, and I am to abanamano. Or saying no crack because Reverend Tim for your Sensab constituency or your sophomore or no Bawumiano, where you are there chance as often or a sensato, James Obekade. So I go a Cremundia, Nagabeka, oh, what dear, and come on to Omaton soft, or on to Macremony, but I am too much ceremony, Oman Trauma soften, near Okadan. And then again, making the point, and I had a coffee baby war issue, say, or say, party no Lucy because I'm not from Kotwaba. People just decided not to go and vote at all. That's why they lost. Well, that's why people have an issue. The one I remember, Doc Mansa. I'll start with Doc. Doc, but let's more can you? And for you, no can you sign a tier? And I think say, or some no the BSc.
Kwesi, messed out here free, sir. Religious stance, no, right. First.
So they claim money. Yeah.
Dr. Muhammadu Baumia. Na yakase ne kremo 70 and I am to Abamanoa may at times mean support that fact.
The literature doesn't show that.
It doesn't show say a cremonia way and nuntina yan to Abamano.
So he's right when he says that.
Or cancer sim no many yardring.
Okay.
Because our my evidence to prove say so for we MP. Oh now or cancer sim no what the indeed for you as to us boom.
Yeah.
So one analyzing here. What the indeed for you to us boom. So they say but now or or compare BB. In team for joy sofo. Yeah. We are renowned sofo. No say parliamentarian. To say on one the constituency no say Dr. Baumia a pull votes more than him there. Then you bet me conclude say enya ne kremo 70 and ama now and when election no. It is obi ejina so kasa asem no amene Dr. Baumia ya adwen. On the second phase no and I'm a problem
with you
with na asem no kan.
You want to go problem or
problem no one say e dey ne see ya nkofo ankoto aba.
Right.
Yeah. The MPP ba out MPP members ankoto aba. MPP members ankoto aba. And until I lose election, sana MPP ka. Again, see MPP enipa MP ankotoaba. It tells you say niema na we no. Na do na bonu so. So just say, Miss I was single Dr. Baumia out say, what your problem are? Until MPP lose ya me ne wonya adwene. Me ne wonya adwene because Coach Adi of Z Memley can be say, I didn't know you're multifaceted.
The Baumia come. But what's a man from Twaba?
And I'm because I was say a man from Twaba. And I'm saying problem no. Now I had a wow party forcing young Twaba. It means a problem you're multifaceted. Abu nipa so. Nipa ka. What's it chincha chine? The mayor na mayor. Na de obeya na abeya de a ehun sunsanso na aba no de obeya na abeya de ehun sunsanso na aba no ana ye to oba na se wo se ye ti hai ye beto oba ma be kama sem prof akane de na ya to ma prof na me ka se kamame tui se ka ye beto oba no mpie no mukoye Second more hand one can win. It means that no munya kwaya umbeto ama me nanso bi a me ni bi me ni be a maye enu nti no ene won tra akra ana na watu bi aye listen am MPP say abato no eye obi netini fie ro so rekotuma wo be ye o man panyino ene nipa kwa no ono san contract bia ade o so mo hwe ne ye no woni nipa ni san contract bia eye nipa no civil responsibility it is so full say ba ko mienu miensa maka ma complain ma yese obi amfi na wankoto aba na in the north circle no e dey na say wo mo man koto aba ni nyina no na o beto ma MPP
e wona nka me ba no say sa 2.1 no ka mo asem
o mo man koto aba ni nyina
no mo nyina beto ma MPP
what's the guarantee say ko mo nyina beto ma MPP
wona na ka me ba what's the guarantee say o mo nyina beto ma MPP
so they say na me bu ofu say na ba ko ho na nye eti me be boa o e me ye pam ba ko no ma boa me apam no na me sa be so wo hwe na wo kra de wa be ye wezan ba ko na di kan no a ne ka say yenkoyi sa nipa 2.1 million no obetuma ka say na wo de 1.5 anyway to me and the see ye no ankofo ankoto aba no me kama wo mo atiase na wo ma ye omu ne meye a discouraging nkofo bi so mo nto ba bia wo wiase o mbaye
na before aye no ona mo ye no
de mo ye no
aba no mo aban mu no
aba no mo aban mu no nim nipa be ba wo no mo di nkomo a say me ko waste me time ko pay adwuma ma obi papa saka sa ne say enam wiase enam Ghana asema obi kan no enso kanino na ye tumrika kwato aba na ye nwene sa adwene no so it has a BBC na about ya wo mo ase MP kwa ko CEO officer na CEO apam say me ni appointment ana wo de sa suban we ni bratantan we to wono mu wo bejiro ka che ni pa say MP no woni ne war party ni mu no woni ne koba ono ba office utimi ka yen say me ni appointment na me nam hoy
do you expecting Bamia to say some of these things that are working
na o say o sini epoka kire o mo say enipa no ankoto aba no de aboma ankoto aba no ene kwan ya de mu fa so ABCD enu ntina mo ankoto aba so ka say nkofo na ankoto aba what generalize no or say or this specifics because yes set objectives are you general objectives or specific objectives
exactly
you know say this specifics ni nyina aba na ema ne kasa no eyede more it's not about say nipa ne pe na otifie no ase me nkoto aba
I see my number professor so doc Eka said be say multifaceted ABC ba me be so be diatum say the number more Lucian multifaceted and it's not generalizing would say the customer is that what you see and now he was just being a politician as usual it's not kind of
oh paka say so ko be na uraba o me agina paka say information on the bar and is now oh sir no he was not under any interrogation
no
nyankofo ebisu na no asem no ono ana so ko victory
no thank you talk
right and odru baby free say eso kasa kakra
we can launch no launch mo thank you talk no it did not so kasa for the first time the lunch na say and go kasa
so you see me jidi sen ko be interrogating na ko be ko feda me mo de na we say na me bisa mo say from what orientation na no kasa say di igina so na no ugina so awo kasa is it the report now so go me nkan bi and no sulu ugina kasa and I say you give example like in team for girls
right on the mind on about men and mind
yes and you are right
and to put matters in perspective no na me check this here we share bam level to nya in terms of percentage wise on your 46.66% or ascent out in team for job being the MP no in your 38.61%. So you see the gap. In team for your 14,000 or a little over 14,000, but maybe a little over 17,000. So I mean gap in that. Exactly.
So that's why there's a public figure saying
exactly.
But a young man who say the kasa the next is over here then na ebia am reporter ko man hana so how no so na nsem pese Ghana ko careful kakra am some profo is skill rubber we are here no mo do rubber we akoto tankru obi mo and as over the wedge bia beto on in team for your time I think he wanted to just bring the point
right
in these days I am careful this the go for a chair Okay. You better about 1 hour. No much accept to be a kind. Until for you, yes, once a day, you didn't answer because I said, you may be no minister.
Like, I would have wished some education. Right.
No, they're going to go say, we say, we are education means no new class okay intelligence accept. So maybe and if I be I know for my answer, wow, man, yeah, the two I don't know. And into phobia times I do him. I tell you, and we student to do, and I'm also all fighting. I'm going to say, I said, go for me. I said, Obi board. So, all the two of that board, and a new one, when we see to read the book crack left to the right, and I see to read China
back pass.
Sudden go for it. May sell more than it about me. I saw the but I think he was giving a specific reasons there. Say Ghana into someone there and compare of boom.
And I got more trouble.
No one pack at them. I never crack him and answer the doctor care. So I don't know you have been was there. Well, so for the I take it serious. This data and was there. To my president say, wow, took the most, but maybe there's something you should do right. So, maybe now you have to more. I feel now, I say. So we say, and go for trouble. And also, I mean, that met you and happy to say, and go for Uncle Trouble. Are we assuming they were all people?
That's what they so I'm your comparative analysis. Prior to 2020 election, as against 2024.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong.
Numbers now.
It's so wrong. And let me tell you, there's so many Ghanaians that from both political divides. They are tired of voting. So MPP to assume say, "Oh, man got to about the door free home
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm a number send a you.
No numbers.
We are minus us. I'm going for number 2. It's simple as that.
No. It is very wrong to think in this simplistic terms. A number that and I mean for that. You see, there are people that have given a name because about to about they are neither MPP or whatever. But again, and I'm so kind to one of my baby no think of me kind. Say, and just so it when you microphone got trouble and no credit. No, Madika just so it when that's where you can criminal to the that's what just where will be
into Christian.
Also it was an affront to certain Muslim communities.
Yeah. In fact, he visited a lot of churches.
Yeah, my cousin said, and then I make a say, because Baba who said, perhaps he will come as a flag bearer.
Oba.
And this is something I wish.
Bamia is coming back.
This is something I wish he looks at. And the young Christopher, and I'm to Abama. Me, from what I see, a little bit of what student research there where who say our community his own background, people that thought say he's doing 1 more too much, 1, 2, 3 too much, and they thought say he's even bringing some of their tradition into disrepute.
And I can say on your identity crisis now. That's so can hold back you to fall.
No.
More. I say like I'm one of you.
In fact, he did that, but it was not an identity crisis. It was intentional.
It was intentional.
Knowing that, doing that for the Christian community to feel, or he wants to feel welcome among the Christian community. Which he got. To the extent that they even went to traditional homes.
Yeah.
You want to feel welcome. You want to identify. In fact, in a normal scheme of things, it works in political narrative, communication there. But to such an extent, people say, what they make the air frank or food too much. In America, there are people in their religions, it's among Christians too. They are almost fundamentalists.
Yeah, they are fundamentalists. They are fundamentalists.
A typical Catholic.
Yeah.
Typical Catholic.
Pure fundamentalist.
Sees who can marry herself. In fact, You see, the orientation is different.
Yeah.
And the same thing, Muslims. And I'm say, I know this because I have typical Muslim friends. And they will tell you, oh, I did it too much. And they hate Christianity. But they believe, live and let me live.
Okay.
Things should be the way they are. And some of the scriptures that were being given to exemplify, say we are one, everybody knows this.
I think we're going to put you aside there.
In the media, America, they say, yes, people did not vote, the data is clear, but one, there's no scientific proof saying that no one can vote to be MP before. So it could be equal for just that perhaps the middle class decided to vote. There are a lot of things that happened before. Maybe I'm where I come from, academic community.
Yeah.
When they came and decided to attack vice chancellors and all that, what happened at UEW, KNUST, they actually spited a lot of they spited a lot of the academic community. And so the academic community, those that didn't want to be identified so much, called themselves neutrals. And then I say, some of them have been given positions in the so-called neutrals. That's how now they are calling them. The so-called neutrals. They are even alienating themselves from academia even more. So yes, sir. Academia more. And I was expecting somebody who will come and try to mend fences with academia. I don't see that now. But of course, again, those that mean well probably are listening to us and they will do that. But anymore, the makers also there that have been
multifaceted.
We'll be making to put it differently. A constellation of issues.
Yeah.
And they have to sit down, sift. Deal with the issue. Mom can try, but I'm totally with Bamia at that point because as I said, he was not under any interrogation.
Mamisa, we finally with both of you now. You're CJD so measure time. So now I'm somebody. Thank you, Tom. Andra program national. It is. If I was sending video, be Andra. It is quite obvious. I'm for DIA or party. MPP. I'm for DIA or Bumpa. There are people who are MPP who even abstain from voting. There are people who are MPP who want to vote for John Mahama. Thank you, Toy. The argument is that you haven't gone through the healing process. Even I just have phone and say, I'm sure you heard about. Hey, I just have phone and say, It's how come a party the so-called thank you to, and yet they are still aggrieved members of our party. Would that work? Doc, I mean, I say also just a brief number process.
Kwesi?
Yes. Because I'm for DO people.
No crane.
From property now, you must change me now.
Oh, there no crane now make an in.
It's you.
Menaka always say, Enka omo ebe mende omo pieces no. Ewie ansana. Thank you to no. Enyemriketu. Even the winning your cry no. Or call back eba e wejai. The winning ye no.
Na you catch your mama.
Or call back up eba e no wejai. So I say. Now what problems were? Your two committee say omonye bibi. So does it mean say problems say by you know committee no ekoye investigation we you know ya so where we are now and I saw video bi am de breo
and I can was always sending video
very damning
very damning
Solomon so it tells you say nipa no bi esugu omuyem it is a one year healing process na enwie now but thank you to no chobo in the obeji. But within, and don't forget, people don't live in isolation. We live with people and we live in a community. And people have influence in other people. It is only a healing process. I think se cannot be boa. You hear and no time be idea thank you to. So they say,
okay.
Me mum dear, me take it.
Healing process, no be until once.
Be until once.
Thank you.
I said, Marco, thank you.
How about you quickly?
Oh, again, I think I want to agree with the doctor on this. What is I told them say part the same. Consider your work at on one occasion, Matthias say even those that he contested with to come along.
But I don't normally program.
You see, how I mean,
and thank you to also be but they are not the program.
And how I mean, but say, and no children will say, even among those high profile people, you have not worked things out yet.
Exactly.
And it was even an indictment on them to a home already. Because and trans here, na Kennedy Tiana, wait, Tiana, Cabrera, Japan, at the end of Tiana, because you will be after when they lost the elections. We know what some of these people are saying.
Okay.
They feel so pained because of what things that happened.
You mean sort of contenders?
Yes. Some of them are here to keep you. We of course say the team now baby shutting over the share them you say to the issues. So I was thinking before that press conference, before that luncheon, he had met these people and or the man and get so I had them across more year to appease also those people. So here let a year posters flyers on start here. Mine different. Baby idea about me party chairman secretary. Back be a candidate Japan party chairman secretary. Back be the move. Oh, and so I was saying, is it a party that is doing it, or the Baumia's campaign?
Party, let's say party no more.
Okay.
Almost initially Baumia's campaign in almost almost Debbie. So from what do we know, and I say from what we have been told, no, almost a party na torn.
Party na. That was a party na. Then I was thinking that the party official would have known this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Such to the point that I wasn't expecting Usu Bempa to be out vocalizing what he was vocalizing the other time.
Yeah. I mean, I think
they lack some cohesion now.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that there's nothing wrong in suspending what should be done even immediately. But all things, we say, this one, there is no really, what is the necessity?
Of thank you, Tom.
What is how?
I was a here.
No, a here, but this is time.
The
timing is wrong.
Here, but this time no not necessarily wrong to say. But I'm saying say, here
okay.
So I'm so here that yesterday I'm going to share. Kwesi baby so brand hotel pictures came out.
Yeah.
And it was but so when we were in our pictures and even the body chemistry, you see there's a
body language,
huge tension among them.
Among when?
All the, in fact, some of the leadership, the Afenyo Markins, the Kennedy Japons, the Baumian, you see that man has a golden heart. He, I don't know how to describe him really, but he thinks he's easily forgiven, so to speak. I'm so free, togetherness and nomination, but I'm not sure he's not your typical politician.
Okay.
Because the typical politicians are out there trying to outdo him. They are doing it every day. In fact, one thing that is out right now is that in their own party is that it is not thank you to he's going. He's going to launch his campaign.
They are going to launch it. He's going to launch himself.
I'm for reason.
What is it coming from? It is not coming from the general Ghana. It's coming from the party.
Yeah.
That's where some of us heard it from. It's not making no. When he wants to do something or involved in or as a compromise, bring it forward. There are real people, politicians within his rank and file that are not so much enthused about what he's doing.
I see.
And I think that is where he should begin to tackle this whole thing from.
Now we'll go to the healing process.
Yes, executives, I mean, I would have loved to see the national organizer leading the chairman, but you hardly see how active they are. You know, the usual things when they're the president on better one,
and I know your MC, national organizer, yeah, also on Kobe, so I'm sure it's right now there. Or tell me, baby, I don't know. It was a Wikipedia on the issue of Baum. Do you agree with him? I'm saying, Doc and the Prof disagree. And Taddy said that you want to mean generalizing is I'm a fan of but there are real issues that probably he could have taken the time to talk about it. And again, among your healing process and sana, thank you, Tono. I mean, is it something you share? And you disagree? Now, CJ, as you say, they're suspended as an acting CJ now. The minority or the MPP guys, you know, they're up in arms. They're on the rooftops. Came, what I'm saying, on the massive demonstration against John Mahama for suspending the CG. But Prof, a direct question to you. Now, John Mahama, a son of Wukan, Emma Ghana.
I feel very uncomfortable because I felt like they seem to be the only remaining organ of the state that now there seems to be some sense of sanity. But my sense is every probably I'm starting thinking because I say there doesn't seem to be any sanity. I mean, that sanity I thought was there.
It's not true. The Prof is not true.
In fact, I would say
it's not.
I would say for the past 20 years, the higher office of the judiciary
has been politicized.
Has been revolving around a few people.
Yeah. Right.
Few people of the nation. And it's so political.
Yeah.
To the extent well, I don't understand why a minority want to go to demonstration because the chief justice said, no one had to buy to come back and say they are doing that in the interest of what? The state.
Right.
And she make it say, but was she being chosen because of the interest of the state? Because when you say judiciary and from lawyers who come from the learned police, and I was doing their training of seniority here.
Very.
To be fair, Supreme Court condemns me say because of that, common sense or common order or common law or common whatever, superiority counts.
Exactly.
And so, for me, I want to believe that in that case, when it comes to the time of selecting a chief justice, at least seniority should be considered.
Yeah.
And because you see, I want to be very careful. I'm so uncomfortable talking about this.
No, I mean, but Prof,
I'm talking about precedent.
Yeah, okay, fine.
And you will be one answer when you go so on.
Of course, I ain't gonna follow you one.
About one watch, I say, the president, before became president, on so many campaign platforms, indicated this. Okay, judiciary, baby. In fact, the stand say, do baby, my who said the NDC lawyers.
And then NDP lawyers.
Yeah. And all this is the judiciary, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
In fact, at that time, there were strong voices in the MPP against now the president. And then I'm say, what did they do so that Ghanaians will be abreast with information that so to Obama John Mahama, Chief Justice here, and we have something. It also speaks greatly about this whole election dynamics. But lo and behold, president becomes president.
Right.
Last week, I would have
when you're commanding yet.
I said, I thought that was for expert so baby.
Okay,
but then again, reading again,
so, yeah.
I was told, but I said there are some people who are either they call them the party hawks.
Yeah.
And so if you don't Mama when you're hawker, hawks are there to buy. The SA and obey. And at the moment back to say, and again, this is far-fetched. It seems within the so-called minority, There are some people that only do things to provoke the president to take certain actions. Which means into the sense the court see find Jackson because you expect the president not to act because the law forbids you until we hear the case. And then I heard them say,
but there are a lot of precedent because in Obakasana, and I try to always remind our viewers, say e-levy. Because I was very integral in the reporting of e-levy. E-levy, I was there. I brought Okuja Fabla of the court. I was there.
Any pass here?
It's Eddie Junction Toso, but a copy pass of parliament. I don't understand parliament. So I mean, you can't stop this.
You are comparing apples with oranges.
But then the court process.
But you see, the whole point is this. If you said they did that just to provoke the president.
I see.
And lo and behold,
the
president had done it.
Exactly.
And so the question people are asking now is that, is the president following a due process?
And the Pelon is following due process.
Pelon. Because Pelon is following the due process. Talking from logical point of view. Again. I mean, President Louis, I don't know, a committee. Look at the committee members.
You have an issue with them?
No. In fact, I think, say, your mind, I say, you didn't say, which is a Ukofa, which is a Urad Domlobo.
Yeah, right.
I heard you more fair.
Exactly.
And so I say, you know, a name of fair, is there anywhere the Chief Justice played a role? Then, poor man.
Give us cuts.
Even the young form of Monka committee, they are assuming office because the woman has been what?
Baffuboni. Yeah, for Baffuboni.
Apparently, he was supposed to be the most senior.
Of course, he's the most senior now at the bank.
Now, chase story around him. I call him an unfortunate character. He was sent there by Urakofo.
Yeah.
And by no election petition by no Okodi. Those that went to John Mahama side.
Yeah.
Sausage said that the prison.
Yeah.
The man was due to become the director general.
Yanfa
Yeah, in fact, too. And then said, minority politics assembly. No one who knows how to I can only describe them as hypocrites.
Oh, they are being hypocrites?
Say,
no, they know. They know. It's not they know.
When people cry as if things are happening to them and it was the first time, it becomes strange to me.
No, but you see, but what can I say? Rebecca say, yeah.
Somebody should have twice done. President,
but it was wrong then. I'm not just John Baba. On first answer.
I'm totally with you.
But that's the point we're making. That's why they are crying. Say, John Mama, don't we are not saying you're wrong there, but don't do what we
have they admitted?
So don't do
no. Obi admitted.
I'm kind of okay. I'm demonstration. So I'm say, John, Akufo-Addo did not help us by not choosing Baffuboni, knowing very well that seniority. What him say? We should judicial anymore. The Ongrophobia, Omani Chief Justice, more than a year.
Yeah.
But they were chosen because of that sense of seniority. Let them be anyway. And then we say, right, no, Mama, Baba, your Honubia, Honobi Kofi. He wanted to respect that seniority thing.
Or the damper issue is how it's here.
So I wish that is how it is. So what happened to the Akufo-Addo kids? What happened to Baffuboni? Is it so personal? Say you hated the guy so much. Say you need to go and bring somebody. And you see, from what I heard from the so-called NDC people, obviously they are the hawks. I think their fear is also that the age of the woman.
What transfer check?
In fact, again, from what I heard from some sources, text message, Obi Kache was a prof, and then this is for Uganda. That being said, the decision that went into selected.
Get to talk about the Chief.
And I'm saying, a drew baby out. I told the deeper. No, so crank of what we could see baby. me catch her. Why to be a so when I turned out to reject some position.
So near John A. Judiciary na come one same a son of which prof yes or no MY
except say the constitutional review committee as soon as possible do that and take this power away
from the president okay
otherwise like you say the so-called minority obligated this is here I mean I'm fighting 8 years 4 years
or 12 years whatever years bar
now all the emphasis will be to a calm personality a serene personality character like Baumia but so we have
the same problem
forcing him to do the same
in fact we are told by a year Martin Pebu say when Akufo came obey president or catch a baffubon so on resign no on for chief justice
I read that one too
this is what Martin Pebu is saying so not also on resign and also on resign the chief justice there even though he deserves to be the chief justice this is what Martin Pebu is saying but
Americans say if minorities or Mukasa no to be making reference to this to apologize to Ghanaians say almost shut it up promote to be on Kasa way now ye Charlotte say yanka bibia fa ho ye double woman ka bibia fa some of us will begin to listen to the normal can seems theoretically sound but for me comparatively they are really
wrong okay comparatively the comparison is about comparatively they are really wrong theoretically they are right in terms of theory they what books they cut them they are right is it no wait my mama okay
Kwesi the American
right
MPP NDC omo behavior to say Hollywood actors
NDC Hollywood actors
they can act I don't know so many call school of performing arts there
and no headlines over trouble
Dr. Didn't make us video I say a sabi a course some time ago mean to me found to two chief justice there
okay
but that time when I saw no ye channel and then the pebi kase there be and yet then this is in yet I quite remember Kofi Adams organizing demonstration so what you say was he not acting what do you say it was a movie or acting movie and now a bedroom chief justice there so no
and is MPP acting
MPP is acting you be massive demonstration only one be massive demonstration
so many MPP for
there be only one be there be no asema ye kani me the prof can me for prof there so say me nipa wo ye bone na wo gitum na wo bue wano na wo ka me no be nante akosi awie ye ni ekokọ so judiciary ho no nyina no ye nyina da yanim adaja eno de waka hye president Kufo kasem bi na ye me yase president Kufo kasem no 121 namon o kase tumi e de ma president ne mu odudodo na ye nya president a wonya obekum Ghana fo nyina ba ono o kan ye no 121 namon ena obia hu se tumi no ede eto obia nka ho asem edi entina prof Samuel say ni abre for constitutional review ohun se tumi no se papa no just on pen ho ohun se tumi na de ma president na sododo ofri hon mo no ani vice president by or twaso one twaso na do by 8 years one twaso because to me dem
twaso
and na to me no and na say akofa asema be yo and na akofa kokro ma be et imagine say can na do by 8 years as constitutional lawyer as a human rights lawyer and na woman ye sa nyama ni nyina na ye gi to me no ebi edi my institutions no senior the prof can say in law senior person is recognized na me senior person na ya kamashe etufu se duma na me no Ebi na last time make no say sanya many BSC MPP regime e GES. Secondary schools, headmasters. Obi assistant director, obi a deputy director, na assistant director and a head. And you are talking say let's coexist. You better need coexist. It is a matter of fact. Kakai no ana MPP esuno ano mu defend no sa kakai no ana e bite wo mu ne.
It's come down to hunt them now.
I tell you.
No we here na hunt you mo no.
Yes say ya da bia anka e be de pa.
But doc yen share the on mine no. You said this is your mind, no.
Now who told you said there are two political parties? Who told you say one or man who interest? Tell me. One or man who interest. The interest of the nation is not at their heart. They are doing business with us. Business with Ghanaians. I'm telling you the truth. You can't cry. Naka would you need one can you? Would you need one can you ever the containers here? Where you are them? Kwesi.
For one before nice ma'am. Now, we're the conversation. I will hope because I'm just looking at what's going to happen in the next, unless there's not a profit. Constitution review no. It takes away those powers from the president. And yes, idea. Saying this is 12 years of cry now MVP back. Whoever is the Chief Justice, I mean, before lines when I joined a conversation about your thought. What do you make of the command you did about me Chief Justice and Tamale Teaching Hospital? 0594 19409 0322 497 Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Father.
Yes, sir.
Controversial man Babuta. Mamincha MC Abo for promote papa. And I minister. Mama was basing to a province. The lady Dr. Katma from an yard papa and a prof. Sha, they tried some bonnet and another and people about me. I only yesterday to us NBC. No.
I am for some more twasso. I am for some more twasso.
You told you letter commission free one. Yes, you may think that it may letter commission just free one. And when you know, and yes, come on, and when you know, yes, you may think that it is Jamie and yes, also. Then
I'm finance call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, the line in yet. Yeah, finance call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pa che first and everything.
Me contribute topic na omo.
Me pa cho yeti o.
Chief Justice na omo yin no. Me dey fo pa. Chief Justice no. Pour le tie ba no.
Me tie o.
Why is more AGC pen? Former AGC, Assembly Group AGC no. Why is more good house a clap pen? What you say? And obey Chief Justice, AGC consign a redundancy in government for time. What you say? Oh, obey Chief Justice. I can't court me now. Appeal court me now. We know records, you know. Oh, first time, Justice, Chief Justice, no call the time at all. No, better or no.
Any your boy.
Any your boy. Your now February 2022. The choir now say, I will be the almost breaking. Your mama will be too much. Yamra, never resource. The buyer will now be chairman. That we're not even 2 seconds. Or see a different, sorry, pow. No, or see the pension. You're already.
But your judgment today, well, just 2 seconds, cry. That nobody delivery. But the Medasi, I want for issues for our prof. Yeah, hello, good morning. I'm going to escort. Good morning, prof. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Me pa chef na frefin.
Le sema James me fait faire brepo.
Okay, you try to permit.
On say MPP ni NDC no. Oba say abo bi so mo adada ntoma no. Ye to bo fisi abo no. MPP ba no on top dan ne dia to ha. MP so ba on so be dane on so be dia ebe afu ha e se o man na iwu mo no me no ka fe pia me ya pipi ni pio
okay
en so na ya nche ye ni me ya Gana kwanti MP ni di o mi en se Gana ya o mo fi adwenye dey na ko so obi abia no ebe eye MP ye mi fi o mo fi so e mo so mo dey kan se MP ye bi na so be dia e so ba ko
Mate Medasi my corners as well. Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
But you're first and African.
Premi, big man catch and free after Grigua.
But you're on a pemini.
After Jan was classic, okay. The American said, Medina, where many at home.
That's it.
Now, Minimum Moyano, a bit nama will be any other also. In the Mabama Basso, Media, Moyan and Anne. Right.
Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. My call, let's call us one of pay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes. Yeah, Oyerepa, it's on a pay.
And let me say, okay, this is Oyerepa. If I'm
great.
Okay. And maybe Dr. and Professor Oyerepa, in case of good. And they are not looking at the merits of the case, but they are rather appreciative. And yes, sir, what if you took about the car? They would deserve which I'm trying to say, sir. And I'm the president, so people will be one of
No, but I see, no, don't get them wrong. In fact, they've established, sir, they've established. Okay. Line the cry munye or the but let's put on record, say both of them are established that Nejomama and yeah, even though they go for the ending, but Nejomama but all right, so because it's a bit down, but do no Jomama and yeah, on yeah. So let's put that on record. Yeah, hello, good morning. Yeah, hello, good morning. Me pacho line no which me jay kakama yana na say yam pick another one. Okay, yam pick another one because we in Shadan Koye. Yeah, hello, good morning. Yeah, hello.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm Mache first and African. Great. It's on the Peminia. Nice, I know really. But I don't know what's happening, but the lines are not really helping me. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. But you're first and African. Great, you're on a pay.
The comment number
Yetio.
I can't American say, or the also follow but if you said when you Muslim go to if you're both man or what mama or one another. No name, if you are 2 man or no, don't want a man to have my.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
But you see, I did the blame if you because I got my head as I said, woman and apple. Do anyway, you know, I'm going to be the animal catch and somebody show down. No idea, nobody to the 200. Only said, nobody was I'm going to get a buy a piano. Don't come home, no one to buy it. Like the movie about the government, but because of your way, now I have to buy it.
Okay, but I'm for last call on that. Me wrap up and that'll pay. Yeah. Good morning, sir. But you're an everything. Oh, you too.
No, this is not.
Now we're hang. Omo ya now we're hang.
Yes.
Sir, what kind of?
I said the phone to watch him. Papa. If I give you the good now, so I'm on the cap. What do I make up? If you more than 20 you number 20, Chief Justice, they say you political company, you are to the property body, you got to the body. I'm not talking to my so and the town can say, you know why and we have to wear it. It's such a yes, you buy a ball, my
Mate. Medasi with the Bessia, Medasi, the Bessia, no, I be with that. Now, my science should be himself. Doc and the prof, hey, I may have a team in Kobe. All would you to me say, now John Mahama, a very bizarre direct question. Say, a son of John Mahama, a yet. The answer was a definite yes. Say, and yet was no, and yet. Now John Mahama, and yet. However, no, I go for the baby. John Mahama, why would you complain? But no, you did and yet. So, you Niger to including the Niger to say, now John Mahama, a what situation? And my prof Edison also say there's a currently a constitutional review committee going on. Jomama, on no pause uncle for say, almost a constitution, and no be an enquiry constitution, they should fix it. So we are hoping. So, we are will implement it. You implemented it, then going forward. My penny, yes, I have 2 minutes. So be easy boss a free so be chief judge a free so be one a free. We'll get to know about it. And I'm certain. Say Kwesi Pempe, who is a lawyer leading the team, no, will do a fantastic job. And then they didn't come up. And what assure me, say at the end of the day, when they are done with their work now, Ghana for will see the good job that they have done. It's more behind the doc and no somebody, more behind the prof and no somebody. They never said no mama no. A year pap, a year and on twice or yes I did. They never said that. Yebekona, my member birthday ma a year Nana Mankata. Or your central regional correspondent, and I had about birthday. I said today is my son's birthday, and he is Kwesi Kofi Amu, popularly known as Dasebre. Dasebre, with the Fiemiansa. Now, Papa say, young for happy birthday, ma'am. Or say, I bless the day he was given to us, and I wish him all the goodies in life. We, if we Nana Mankata ho. And then another Joy, so Nana Mankata, and then a wife, Joyce. See, young for birthday, young for ma'am, almost 3-year-old boy, Dasebre. Also, chop case, Dasebre. And now pay. So once again, that's a break from us too. We wish you a happy birthday. Doc, any final words? I'm back for security.
Because if me final words, and say, me fa kwenya iso na mother, me senior pastor, Reverend Ransford Obin. Any resident pastor, Joshua Obin.
Okay.
Sorry, mpenyu for Dr. Auzi, lawyer Dr. Kwache, that dude.
Yes, this is lawyer, professor,
and a Professor Mbawini, and all the elders of the church, ministry directors, new Bia, Meadow Biase, say Omuma 40th anniversary, no,
that's it. It is for you now. Mr. Kwao.
Family life, one year.
Family life.
Yeah.
Nice one. Prof, yeah, great.
Yes, I don't hear. One in the regional. Mammy,
the bomb by Madame for
you are there fast, a house of faith. Obuasi. I was also sorry that I can say, the founder of the church.
Oh, okay.
After Nyamiche.
Okay, after
watching Nyamiche. And that no last why big hall. They told me they say you bought my basso.
Right.
So much we are trying now. I want to do a teacher more room. And I saw man on me be this year. So that I'm there.
That's it. It was for you better be BRC and now pay Dr. Eric Bimpon, our economist. He's been my guest this morning. Professor Charles Maffo, HRD, Ken Westivad, the Vice Chancellor, Humanities Department, Provost of Humanities, Social Sciences Department of War. Medin at the Kwesi Parker Wilson. It will be BRC, Mamma Jibre, a share. I'm not watching the best with another edition of OBT. I come in and have a good morning.